All right, let's talk about some kohlrabi strategies. I need to pick some kohlrabi for tonight's dinner. I'll probably pick a little bit more than that, at least more than I'll eat tonight, because a lot of it is ready to be picked, and you don't really want to let it get much bigger than this. But let's talk about some strategies. This is also something that I plant everywhere, but I plant it with the full knowledge, knowing that it will, when I harvest it, I'm taking the entire plant. So as you see here, the leaves spread out and occupy quite a bit of space. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Is that I make use of that in my planting, and I pack things in pretty tight. So over here we can see, these peppers aren't getting much love from the sun right now because there's this big huge kohlrabi right here. But this kohlrabi is going to be harvested. All right, so this is the early white type. And you see also there's purple as well that we have, but that's not ready yet. But now we see that this pepper right here, there's also a pepper right here, which looks pretty good. It's a good looking pepper plant. It's maybe not as green as it should be, but it will get a lot more light once we, maybe around 4th of July, a little bit afterwards, start harvesting down the row here. So that's the concept here. Here's another pepper. You see there's a pepper here, there's a pepper here, and this kohlrabi is in the middle. But the kohlrabi is going away. So here's another kohlrabi that we'll pick. It's about the size of a, I don't know, softball, baseball. So once that goes away, that gives a lot more room for a pepper plant that we see here. So that's pretty much the concept. So I'll be picking some more kohlrabi because I have quite a lot more to pick. But that's a good strategy for growing it if you have a limited amount of space. And typically on the homestead, you have a limited amount of space. So it's find space where you can and understand the cycle of what you're planting. So here again, this is kind of a tomato patch, if you will. There's a sunflower here, which eventually I'll tie this. We'll let this this tomato will vine up this sunflower. But so understanding the stages here, right? And now once I pull this out, this kohlrabi is out of the way, and the leaves are edible as well. But once I pull that out of the way, it makes a lot more room. Believe it or not, there's a pepper down there too. So there is much more to pick here, but I'll let this one go for a little while longer. We have more. I think I have enough at least for a few days, and we'll go from there. So that's kind of my strategy with kohlrabi, if that makes any sense. Understand that while it does take up a lot of space and get big, if you take your time and figure out what's going to grow when, right, and kind of use some strategy in your planting, you'll understand that you can occupy or squeeze a lot of things into a small amount of space. All right, have a good one, guys.